Hello guys, welcome back. So it's 6 a.m. in the morning here in Thailand. I just cannot get over the jet lag for some reason. So I'm going to be doing technical analysis on Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash. And then I will make a separate video to review my video from yesterday, the one where I had the poll to vote for Bitcoin or Bitcoin Cash. So I will be reviewing that on a separate video because I don't want to mix my technical analysis with another like more gossipy video, you could say. I think most people come here to see technical analysis, so they don't have to watch the other video if they don't want to. So Bitcoin, this is the Bitcoin versus US dollar 4-hour candles from Bitfinex. I know I have a lot of lines here, guys. I hate it when it's full of lines, but I need to leave them here because they're so significant. I mean, I draw these blue lines long ago, and these horizontal thin black lines, I draw them long ago, and they just, they are really, really good support and resistance every single time. If you see here, down here, look how this was support all these times here, and even here, and then now here is resistance, the next line. So, and here, like, they're very, very significant lines, so I gotta leave them there. And then I have these two new lines, the two black lines here. This one, maybe I'll make I will make them in red. This one and this one. I will delete these lines after this video, but just for the video, because I was in my last video when I did technical analysis for Bitcoin, I draw these lines, but it was on a clean chart from Bitstamp. But yeah, I just put them here now on my main chart for Bitfinex, and this is a broadening ascending wedge, which is usually bearish. So it usually, okay, so I said that in my previous video. I'm just gonna do it again very quick here. This is basically, it comes from the downside, so it comes from an uptrend, and then you go A, B, C, D, and E. And when it touches, when E touches the top of the wedge, this is a sell signal. It's a short position signal. In fact, you should be shorting when it touches this line. So it was a little bit premature to short here. It's going up now, but this wedge is still sorry, this wedge is still in place. So we will have to see what happens when it touches here at the top of this wedge. And when I used the Bitstamp chart, the top of the wedge was at 8,300, and here on Bitfinex it's showing 8,500. So you have to adapt this to your own exchange, because the price is a little bit different from exchange to exchange. And right now Bitcoin is so high that a $200 difference is very normal. It's not even like, it's a very, very small percentage, you know, of the total price. So yeah, it can be different by $200 or even $500 from exchange to exchange. So anyways, we have this wedge here. If it touches the top, that would be a sell signal, or actually a short signal. But let's go ahead and look from closer here what's been happening here. I just woke up now in the morning and I saw this breakout, right? This big red candle here. So this is breaking out of what? So what I see here is a triangle to start. So that would be a symmetric triangle, which is a continuation pattern. It means if we come from an uptrend, which we come from an uptrend here, a symmetric triangle signals for continuation of the trend. So it's going to it should break out and continue higher. If we were coming from a downtrend and there's a symmetric triangle like this one, it signals for continuation of the trend, so it would be breaking down and continuing down. By probability, of course, it doesn't happen 100% of the times, but as usual, it happens more often than not. So because we were coming from an uptrend and we have a symmetric triangle, this signals for continuation on the upside. So the target for this triangle would be, let's see, the length of the triangle from top to bottom here, and then we put this at the breakout. So the target for this triangle is 8,700, more or less, on Bitfinex. It's going to be different in other exchanges, but more or less 8,700. So yeah, if it continues here, maybe in a 2 or 3 more candles, of course it doesn't have to do it in one single candle, but if if it's going to be 2 or 3 more candles, then it would be somewhere around here, which would be exactly at the top of this broadening wedge here. Now, broadening wedges don't complete every single time either, so I think it was broadening wedges are 75 versus 25% probability. So there's a 75% probability it's gonna go down when it touches the top of the wedge, but there's a 25% probability of the wedge for the wedge breaking on the upside. So that's the statistic. It's not my opinion, it's in every book. So yeah, that's all I'm doing here is passing on the information to you guys. You can Google it yourself and go to the Wikipedia or other places online, and you will find this information. So yeah, that's one probability that it's gonna go down. It's gonna go up here to the top of the wedge and then go down, which I wouldn't be surprised because Bitcoin is it's very overextended, so it could happen very, very easily. But then there's this other probability here that this is not only a symmetric triangle, but it's actually a bullish flag here, and this is the pole. Okay, so if this is the pole and this is the flag, then the target is way above. So we have to get the pole and put it here on the breakout, and the target is all the way up here for exactly $10,000. Not exactly, but 10,280, more or less, in Bitfinex. So the target would be at 10. Let's call it 10,000. I'm gonna put this line here. Targets. So if this is not only a triangle, but it's in fact a bullish flag, the target is 10,000, which it's very realistic as well, because many people is expecting 10,000, right? I see this 10,000 number everywhere on YouTube. Everybody's calling for 10,000. So if most of the community believes it's going to go to 10,000, it's very likely it will, because people is expecting this number. And the Bitcoin market at the moment, it's driven by sentiments a lot. So if the people that it's giving advice on Bitcoin, for example, my channel or other YouTube channels or posts on Twitter or Reddit, if the people that it's talking about it, if the experts, you could say, the people that's talking about it, they say they think it's going to go to 10,000, all the followers are going to believe that as well. So if the people that it's talking about Bitcoin are bullish, it means most of the community is going to be bullish. So you know, it's very, very possible that it goes to 10,000 based on market sentiment. And this market is driven by sentiment a lot at this moment. So yeah, that's the two possibilities. We could go bearish after touching the top of this wedge, or we could break this wedge on the upside, and then we would be going to 10,000. I'm not gonna give probability numbers because honestly, I have been saying this, I'm not trading Bitcoin. I am not trading it. I'm not buying and selling, and I don't advise anyone to buy and sell right now. If it was me, I would not buy it at this price just for the risk that there is of reversing here. So I would not be buying, if you know, but I'm the type of person that I don't chase it. If I miss it, I miss it. Oh well, I don't care. I will buy on the next dip. I don't chase it, but you know, that's the reason I would not buy at this price. I bought down there at 5,000, a little bit less than 5,000, so I'm only holding it. I'm not gonna sell it. I'm not gonna buy more. I'm good holding. That's why, you know, I cannot say there's a high probability that this is gonna reverse, or there's a high probability that it's gonna go up to 10,000. I don't know exactly the exact, you know, probability number for these two situations. All I can do is show you the patterns, explain the technical analysis, and you have to to make your own decision with this information. Of course, watch other people's technical analysis, do your own, and then compare it and make your own decision with that. So that's all for Bitcoin. And now Bitcoin Cash, we had a fake breakout here, as you can see. In my last video, I was saying if this 0.16 it breaks out on the upside and we see significant volume, that could be a signal that it's gonna, you know, reach the target up here for 0.22, and that was a fake breakout. It actually did break out with significant volume, but there was no follow through, so it went back down. And right now it's looking neutral because there's no volume here. So when there's no volume, you gotta wait until the volume comes back. So if there's such little volume, this means it's either gonna go sideways or either it's gonna go down. So it's either gonna go down slowly or it's gonna go sideways from here until we start seeing new spikes of volume here. But I'm still super bullish on Bitcoin Cash. I'm super bullish. Even if it goes down a little bit more, it could go down here to the 78.6% Fibonacci, which would be 0.12 more or less. I'm not saying it's very likely. I'm saying it could happen, but just like it could go sideways here, I'm really bullish for the future of Bitcoin Cash, for the near future, not even long term. I think this is going to explode in the next few weeks, like in the next 1-2 weeks. I'm really bullish for Bitcoin Cash in the short term. So, but yeah, according to the analysis, that was a fake breakout. There was no follow through. So, and now there's no volume, so we can expect sideways or very slowly downtrend until we see the volume coming back. So that's all I have for this. I think I'm gonna leave the video here, and I'm gonna make a new video now to review my other video from yesterday. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye.